Welcome back, Film Force fans. Get excited as we look back at all 18 MCU films in the countdown to Avengers Infinity War.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Hello, my name is Mason Storm, and I'm here today to talk to you about Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange this is his first appearance in the MCU, and it's about a doctor, a surgeon, very, very clever man who's very, very self-obsessed, self-centered, and after a car accident, he loses the use of his hands. So after going down the scientific route to try and find a cure, he starts going to these a bit slightly more abnormal sort of methods to try and fix himself. He ends up in this temple where they show him magic, and it's all about him progressing his skills, dealing with his disability.
Doctor Strange is one of those films I only realised I actually only watched once. And then a year ago when I was discussing it with a friend, and he said it was his favourite film, I was like, well, I actually only saw it at the cinema. I haven't rewatched it since. And I've rewatched it, and I don't like it that much, actually.
Doctor Strange is a film that I get quite excited about. I know the reviews in general aren't great, but I rank it up in the top 5 Marvel films ever.
It's not one of my favourite MCU films, not one of the ones that I have to go back and watch.
One of the main sticking points for me is Benedict Cumberbatch's portrayal of the character. Now, Benedict Cumberbatch has been in quite a lot of films and TV shows. I think he's alright. I think he's an alright actor. But whatever I'm watching, be it Sherlock or Star Trek, I'm always very aware that I'm watching Benedict Cumberbatch. And when I first started watching this film for the first time, he's in the hospital and he's being all walking proud and the best doctor in the world, and it's very Benedict Cumberbatch. And at some point in the film, I kind of realised, about an hour in, I'm watching Benedict Cumberbatch, and I realised that for the previous hour, at some point, that fourth wall went up, and I was just watching Doctor Strange.
I think this is slightly new territory for the MCU. I mean, there's a lot more to this.
To me, Benedict Cumberbatch is good as Doctor Strange. He's okay. There's nothing to me that really makes him be the only person who can play Doctor Strange. There are so many others who could play that role. And I just think he does a good job as Strange, but he doesn't make it his own.
I mean, I saw this movie as them discussing how to deal with disabilities, with these issues. It's about a man who's been crippled and how he finds his new lease on life through something that he never thought was possible.
The premise of this film is slightly more generic. Tragedy befalls someone goes to try and fix tragedy, gain powers. Is the prophet chosen one, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not a massive fan of that as a whole, but the intricate workings of the storyline did work for me, and as a whole I did quite enjoy it.
I love the fact that it explores the mystical world. Where, it sort of goes a bit Inception with that. Those scenes are really great, and I love those.
They're trying to show a lot more than just, oh, I'm a big superhero and I'm going to punch people. There's a lot more to this movie, and I really enjoyed that. I thought it was new ground.
But I think the use of the different characters, the actors, the different universe, and the time, where you can mess with time, I think they all played a key role in making it one of the most enjoyable films for me.
I quite like the romantic relationship he has with Rachel McAdams' character. Just because it's not, you can tell there's history, and you can tell she really cares about him and he really cares about her. But just the stuff is stopping them. There's always things that are stopping them, and he's an arse, basically. But I did like that, and it wasn't over the top. It wasn't this romantic story. It was just there. It just happened to be there, and it was good, and it worked really well. You also have Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One. Despite the controversy, I thought she did a really good job, and I think Tilda Swinton played this really good character. that, you knew there was something about her that seemed off, in the sense that she wasn't always doing what she said she was doing. She was keeping some secrets, but you still trusted her, which was a good sort of role to play for her.
A lot of people rant about Caecilius, saying he's a bit rubbishy, he's a bit nothingy.
And I found the motivations for the bad guys a little bit lacking.
I didn't like Caecilius, played by Mads Mikkelsen.
But in my experience, talking to those people, they haven't really listened to the dialogue in the film. After watching it a few times, you realise that Caecilius, he had a family, and he lost them.
He's a great actor, Mads Mikkelsen, but in this role, he just wasn't given much to do. My friend Mitch loves him. He's like, he's got a backstory. No, he's barely in one line. It just didn't get to me why he was doing this. He's just a throwaway baddie, really. Just an underdog compared to Dormammu, who has come to bargain.
Dormammu! I've come to bargain! Dormammu! Dormammu! Dormammu!
And that's why he's now trying to create a world which there is no death, because that's his overall aim. To bring the dark dimension, I think it's the dark dimension, never-ending dimension, merge ours together, bring our world into that dimension, so there's no death. So no one has to lose anyone ever again. And that's quite powerful. I think a lot of people overlook that. He's a man who's hurt, and he never wants anyone on the planet to go through what he did. He goes about it in a maniacal way, like a evil doctor sort of thing.
Miss Swindon's Ancient One is drawing energy from this dark dimension. So you're going to let this dark dimension through and wipe out humanity. To make yourself immortal, I don't quite... It's just a little bit weak, in my opinion. They could have done a bit better with the motivations for the bad guys.
Some of the fight scenes are really inventive, but then others are just like him using a magical piece of rope, and it's just like, oh, is that all he can create with magic? It's a bit like, ooh.
I mean, when it comes to dislikes in this movie, some of the comedy I felt was a little bit forced.
Then Dormammu was just this floating head played by Benedict Cumberbatch, and the way that he defeated him was interesting because it wasn't a full-on fight; it was outsmarting him, which was really good, because you can't beat Dormammu in a full-out fight. He had to outsmart him, and that way, by coming to bargain, it worked well.
Dormammu! I've come to bargain! Dormammu! Dormammu! Dormammu!
But that's about it, really. I mean, you had these phenomenal CGI effects, especially in the mirror dimension. That was phenomenal. When Doctor Strange first came to the temple and got hit into the ethereal plane, that was fantastic. Oh, that was so good, and it was so exciting to watch. And I think that's what the MCU's been missing lately. It's excitement. I was really excited watching this movie.
The standout actor to me was Chiwetel Ejiofor as Baron Mordo, because he was always there, and he started out as an ally, but by the end he was really distrusting this magic. He felt people were using it for the wrong reasons, and you can see where he's coming from. And I can't wait to see him in Doctor Strange 2, because he's a villain that you can understand. And I was so excited for that ending where he killed that other magician who was just using the magic to keep his legs. He's saying the only way for magic, the world to be safe, is if there's only one person who can control the power.
There's no one really in this movie who's going to go, oh, I didn't enjoy, like, you were a bad actor. I mean, Benedict Wong was really, really funny in the respect that he was this very, very serious character. He didn't understand Beyonce and all these modern tropes, and I think that was really, really good. And especially Benedict Cumberbatch, who's a bit self-obsessed, a bit, he was taking the mickey, and I just thought he was really, really funny. I'm a huge fan of Rachel McAdams, so thoroughly enjoyed having her on the screen. Yeah, everyone was good. So I think it's hard in a movie where everyone is good to have someone who's phenomenal.
No one really stood out for me in Doctor Strange. Every actor played their part really well, and it all came together in a lovely film. Doctor Strange, 9.5 out of 10.
I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10.
I would happily give this an 8 out of 10. I'd happily watch it again It's really, really good.
Thank you for watching this episode of the MCU fan countdown to an Avengers. Thank you for watching the MCU fan count. Thank you for watching this episode of the MCU fan countdown to Avengers Infinity War. Make sure you check out everyone's links in the description below, and like and comment and share this video. And check out the video tomorrow. Until next time, bye.